Let's go. This is the Philodendron Prince of Orange. This is a very unique philodendron, most notably due to its hue. So the new growth actually pushes out these really beautiful yellow-orange leaves that eventually turn a darker green color. So if you notice that your Prince of Orange is changing color, that happens naturally, and as you can see, the leaves actually do turn a darker green as they mature and as they get older. So I say that this is a unique philodendron because it is a self-heading plant, meaning that it is more of a bush style plant. So this is pretty unique to the philodendron family in that it is going to grow upwards and reach about maximum 2 feet in height, whereas more notably, whenever you think of philodendrons, you're going to think of like a heartleaf philodendron or like a Brazil philodendron or something like that that is going to vine. So that is how this philodendron differs, is that it is a bushing plant. In order to take care of your philodendron Prince of Orange, I would highly recommend that you keep it in a very bright indirect light situation that is going to ensure optimum amount of growth, large leaves, and really vibrant hues as well. You could probably get away with putting this in more of a medium indirect light situation. However, I would not expect the growth to be anything impressive in terms of color or hue, and I would also expect the leaves to be on the smaller side. As with most philodendrons, you want to make sure that you are keeping the soil on the moister side, but definitely not soggy or wet, as that would prone it to root rot. So I would water maybe once the first inch or two of the top soil gets dry, and give it a hearty watering. Make sure that you have your plant in a relatively humid setting as well, because this is a tropical plant native to like zone 10 in the USDA, which is very southern. You definitely want to have a higher humidity situation for this plant, so make sure you have like a whole home humidifier or like a small space humidifier running near this plant to ensure that you are not having any browning leaf edges or stressing the plant out or anything like that. In terms of fertilization, I would definitely use an all-purpose like 10-10-10 or 20-20-20 fertilizer. That would definitely help the foliage growth as well as optimum root growth and water retention as well. As with most plants that bush and grow out from the center, it is not uncommon that you are going to lose some of the bottom leaves as this plant grows up. So as this plant gets taller and taller, I would not be alarmed if I lose some of these bottom leaves throughout that process. That's a natural thing that particularly climbing plants or bushing plants do to preserve energy and push out growth at the top for new leaves. So don't be alarmed if you're losing some of your bottom leaves. Definitely just a natural part of owning a houseplant. Because this is a pretty largely foliage plant, I would make sure that I am cleaning off the leaves every 1 to 2 weeks or so, just wiping them off or hosing them down in the sink or shower. And whenever you do that, just get in the practice of looking for any mites or bugs or any kind of pests on your plant as well. That way you can kind of keep an eye on it and catch it before it becomes an infestation and even more of a problem as well. In terms of propagation, I'm not entirely positive. I would definitely recommend dividing the plant, similarly to how you would a fern or something like that. So if we look at the base of this plant, it's actually a few different plants in one pot. I would just pull those apart and put them in their separate planters. I don't believe that you could root any cuttings or anything like that, because I'm not seeing any aerial roots on this plant, but I am new to this plant and I'm definitely open to hearing anything that you guys have to say in terms of what you found works best for your Prince of Orange in the comments. We can have a discussion there. But yeah, pretty straightforward plant, relatively easy to care for, provided that you have the optimum amount of light and you are not letting the soil get too dry or too wet. You can find a kind of sweet spot there. And just make sure you're fertilizing throughout the growing season. And this is definitely a really cool addition to your houseplant jungle due to the hues and the foliage. Just really, really pretty, kind of like a sherbet, like sunset kind of look. It's really cool. Anyways, let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.